Hello, I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
Golden Ricketts, how are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you?
I am well. You've made my night. Before we get started, please go ahead and big up the greatest parish in Jamaica.
You're putting me on the spot. So I'm gonna big up St. Thomas because I was born there, and I'm also gonna big up St. Andrew because I grew up there.
I love that. I'll take that. 14.94 games record. You weren't playing about tonight, were you?
No, I definitely knew that the girls were coming out here to fight, so I had to bring my A game and war them.
What got you going? Was it the cold or was it something else?
It's the cold. I like competing in the cold for some strange reason, but then after the first jump, I feel like it got even colder, and then the breeze started changing. So, yeah, I don't know.
What's next for you in terms of achievement? Because this is your greatest career medal, isn't it?
Yes. Apart from the World Championships, yes, this is my first gold. So what's next? I have the Monaco Diamond League next week, and I'm also going to be participating at the NACAC Championships in Bahamas.
Amazing stuff. And how does it feel to inspire the little kids in St. Thomas? Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of them with their eyes gripped to the screen saying, I want to be like Golden Ricketts.
Yes, definitely. I hope to be an inspiration to them. I hope they see themselves in me. If them foot long, them can try the triple jump. You know, if them slim, them can try the triple jump or even high jump.
What if them have short foot?
If them have short foot, then can try to cast about foot short too.
Amazing. Best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
My Talawers, good afternoon, good evening, possibly good morning. All depends on where you're based in the world. How do you guys do it? Right at the jump. I see a few of you in the comment section. Good day to yourself. Let me know how your weekend was before I get started. Massive apology on my behalf for not sitting with you guys for the last two Reggae Girlz watch along back to back, I should say, as they took on Paraguay, an international friendly for the November window. You should already know the results on Thursday night. We nicked a 1-0 scoreline victory over Paraguay. And in the reverse fixture, unfortunately, they defeated us 2-1. Both matches played on home soil. But you guys already know that because you're regulars to the platform. So you already know what's going on with the Reggae Girlz. TJ, good day. Thank you. I can tell you a little bit about the thumbnail. Seems like you're giving me the thumbs up with the tonight's thumbnail. So thank you for noticing. I'm glad you like it. I like it as well. I think it's one of my favorite thumbnails. It's definitely one of my favorite thumbnails. So I'm glad that you've given it your seal of approval. Mr. Hendricks, good night to yourself. How you doing? What's on the dinner menu, guys? Let me know what's on the dinner menu. Might invite myself over. Depending on what's on offer. Don't eat any and anything. So let me know how you guys are doing. Also, let me know how the last two watch along went. Before I forget my manners, huge thank you to Mr. Ballin and also Sir Rich for sitting in and filling my void. I know they did a good job. That's what I think. But let me know what you guys think if you were here on Thursday night and also on Sunday night, which was yesterday. Funny enough, Thursday night I was working late, so I couldn't tune in. I was working late on Thursday night, so I was there and about with you guys, just carefully listening in because the 9 to 5 comes first, so there's hardly much that I can do in that regard. But I think Sir Rich held it down alongside his co-host Mikey Ballin. So let me know what you guys think. I can't really hear myself because I've not connected my headphones, so bear with me. Thank you. And if you guys can hear me audio wise, if the quality is good, then that's great, but can't really hear myself, so I'm gonna connect to my laptop quickly. Hopefully this makes a little bit of a difference. I don't have my full equipment with me, just the basic setup, so sorry if the quality sounded a little bit poor. I'm probably bouncing off the walls. I don't know. You guys tell me in the comment section if I can do something to make some improvements. Then let me know, and I'll go ahead and do that. And I've already told you guys I'm gonna have to start wearing some glasses, sunglasses, obviously, when I'm doing these live streams, because the light's doing a number on me, guys, and it's starting to have a little bit of an effect on my eyesight. Now and again, my eyes twitching, and that either tells me that I'm been sat far too long in front of the screen, or maybe I'm a little bit tired, or could be too much caffeine. So I'm trying to cover my back and protect my eyesight. Let's see what you guys are saying in the comment section. My menu tonight is okay. You've gone for the healthy option. I like that. Enjoy. Uh, what's the benefit of that? I don't know. Maybe. Thank you. You guys actually helped pay for my headset, so I'm glad that you like it. It was you guys that helped me pay for my audio equipment, so thank you again for your support. So the World Cup starting soon. Who will you be bringing? I think I've been over this with you guys. I usually carry the team with the most black players. So in terms of quality of football and the number of black players in their squad, last time round it was France. Who's it going to be this time round? I haven't decided yet. But yeah, like you said, World Cup, men's World Cup, that is starting this weekend, I believe. I think it's Saturday. The host kicking us off. So let me know who you guys are backing in the men's World Cup, which will be happening in Qatar. So you guys should already be aware of that. If you're not aware of it, I'm not really sure what to tell you. A little bit late to the party. And so someone mentioned the thumbnail. I don't know if you guys have seen the thumbnail yet. I'll try and see if I can bring it up quickly if you guys haven't taken notice of the thumbnail. So you're saying I'm a Brazil. You're supporting Brazil. Okay, well, best of luck to you and Brazil. You might win it. I don't know. Hopefully it's not a repeat of your 2014, because I know you and the Brazilians love to cry. So best of luck with that. Since you are a subscriber, hopefully be hoping and praying that you got some good fortune. I'm trying to bring something up for you guys. By the way, this is going to be a short live stream, and because I'm a little bit tired, if I'm being honest with you. So this is the picture. You guys can't really see me. I'm a little bit out of the screen at the moment. Don't really know how to position myself so you can see both of us on screen at the same time. It's not really working. So we're just gonna have to work with that one. But yeah, so you should be able to see this one quite clearly. I did put it up in my thumbnail, myself and Tiffany Cameron after the game, after the full-time whistle. And this one was completely unexpected. I did give her a little heads up, telling her that I was going to be at the game, wanted to have a little chat with her afterwards. And I've got more than I bargained for. So I had in store, my plan was to just have a little chat, give her a hug, wish her best of luck on her journey back to Hungary. But she kind of caught me off surprise. Not kind of, definitely caught me off surprise. And and you should be able to tell that it's obviously a Tiffany Cameron jersey. It's not rocket science, that one, is it? So yeah, massive thank you to Tiffany for the jersey. I'm gonna frame it, but before I frame it, I need to make sure that I wrap it up tight and hold on to it before I can find myself a frame, because that's going in a frame and it's going on my wall. And I think it's going to be one of those things where wherever I go, wherever I move to, whichever country I move to, whichever house I move into, that jersey is coming with me every single move, every single journey, every single chapter, and it's going to be placed on my wall. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, massive thank you to Tiffany Cameron for giving me a jersey, again, completely unexpected, but definitely appreciated, to say the least. And also another thing that caught me off guard, before I forget, I did make a note of it because I know that it might slip my memory. Massive shout out as well to Rashane and Ricky. I hope I got both of your names right. Apologies if I didn't. The two soldiers at the uh, Reggae Girls versus Paraguay game. It was nice to meet you guys. So they happen to be soldiers who also subscribe to the YouTube channel. So again, that kind of caught me off guard. Wasn't really um didn't really think that I would meet any random, and when I say random, I mean that with the greatest of respect. Basically, was not expecting to bump into any subscribers. I already knew that Rochelle was going, and I reached out to Rochelle, and thankfully we were able to meet up. Another friend of mine, who is a doctor, I knew he was going, so I managed to meet up with him as well. And Charles, Mr. Wilkinson, the king himself. I kind of knew that you was going to the game. I did reach out to you, but I had no luck. So all I can do with that one is apologize. Would have been great to meet you in person, but maybe next time round we could link up. So yes, Tiffany Cameron, Rochelle. It was great to meet Rochelle. I don't think I've actually said that yet, so that was incredible. Again, meeting another subscriber. That was a warm embrace. Pretty short, a little bit of a short hi, how you doing type of thing. Great to meet you, and hopefully I'll get to sit and have a little drink or grab some food with Rochelle at some point, because yeah, she's a lovely person and she's always here in the comment section, a bit like the rest of you guys. I don't know how you do it, morning, noon, or night. You guys are always there in the comment section. So thank you. So outside of the obvious, the result itself, obviously, the result wasn't what I bargained for. Didn't want to go and watch the girls lose a game, but there are other positives. Meeting the subscribers, chatting briefly with Tiffany Cameron, and a few other bits. And there were some good spells during that game. Overall, it's quite obvious. You don't need me stating it. There is plenty of work to be done. Need to go back to the drawing board. A little bit disjointed at times. But we did still, at the same time, had a few standout moments. I thought Siobhan Wilson, for me, she was excellent. A little bit irritated that she was substituted off, if I'm being completely honest, but I thought she was excellent. So let me see what you guys are saying. Mr. Formula Sports, how you? Watch your log and you were in there. I know. Listen, I was snowed under on Thursday night. So even if to be honest with you, I wanted to go on screen, but I was working until maybe 1 a.m. And by then I think the game had finished or it had just started, something along those lines. I was working, and then there was a little delay, and so I had to kind of hold fire. So yeah, I was working throughout Thursday whilst the game was on, so that's why you didn't see me. And in actual fact, I don't even know when the game finished. I don't even know what time the game finished because I was occupied with other things. So I was at the game, not on Thursday. Thursday I was at home working, but yes, Sunday I was definitely at the game. Was hoping to see Formula, Mr. Formula Sports. Where were you? I don't think you was at the game on Thursday because that's too far, right? From where you live. But Sunday, was you at the game on Sunday? I was looking around to see if I saw any familiar faces, but unfortunately I didn't. So maybe next time. So you think I've answered that one already. How are you doing? 21. I think Matthews is her name. Can you tell me? Yes, she is. That is her name. I think I've touched on Shayna Matthews a few times in previous live streams. For me, I think she looked good this time round, coming on as a substitute on Sunday night. Obviously against Paraguay in our international friendly. And that's the first time we've managed to catch a glimpse of Matthews post-pregnancy. So she went off, gave birth, and now she's slowly making her way back to what should be her best, or maybe better than we've seen her before. I think the last time she played, it was over a year ago, and then we were under a different head coach at the time. And I think that game was played on the 24th of October 2021. I think it might have been an away fixture. It was against Costa Rica, nevertheless. But for me, like I said before, for me, that was her best ever game in a Reggae Girlz shirt. That's not to say she played poorly on Sunday. I thought she played well on Sunday, given the circumstances. Again, her trying to bring herself up to speed with physical fitness and also match fitness. You take all of that into consideration. I thought she did well. She held her own. Like I said, came on in the second half, and I think it was the latter stages of the second half, if I'm not mistaken, alongside the likes of Tiffany Cameron came on as well, and also Chinelu Asher. Trying to think of the core players that you guys are familiar with. But yeah, I think Matthew's done well. Not really sure what else to tell you. I guess it's just a matter of steadily keeping an eye on her, see what happens at club level between now and the World Cup, which you guys should know is co-hosted by Australia and New Zealand, and that's a summer World Cup for us. I think it's a winter World Cup for those of you, for those are the guys in the diaspora based in Australia and New Zealand. For them, it's a winter World Cup, but summer World Cup for us, unless you're going to the World Cup. I don't know if any of you are going to the World Cup. Let me know. You should have told me that you was at the game. All the people who told me that they were going to the match, I reached out to them. Some of them I couldn't get through to them. Others I was fortunate to get through to them. But you kind of have to understand that, I don't know, is it really safe to go on YouTube and say where you're going to be and where you're going to be and what time you're going to be there and etc. etc. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but there's some crazy people in this world, and I'm really trying to just go on about my business and stay protected. So if you had told me you was going to the game, then I would have messaged you off air and asked if you want to meet up, because that's what I did with a few other people who made it clear that they were going to the game. You concerned about the team going into the 100%, 100%. My heart skipping several beats. I'm 100% concerned. It's quite similar to what we discussed formula some weeks ago, where it's just the obvious situation for the Reggae Girlz at the moment is that we're, again, let me just reiterate what I've already stated, that we're 2 less games prepared for the World Cup in comparison to our opponents, because obviously we didn't have an October window, so we're now playing catch up when we were always a team to play catch up. So it's outrageous. Yes, some people can say that it's an excuse to back or to support the gaffer Lauren Donaldson, but actually it's not. It's just blatant fact. And it does make his job a little bit harder, because he now has 2 less games to try and sharpen the girls and try to bring those chemistry together. Trying to work with the best team possible. I still don't know what he thinks is, or who he thinks make up his best starting 11, which is a little bit worrying given that we're now in November. I think the next window is in February, guys. The next international window is in February, and then of course we know the World Cup is taking place between say July to August, something along those lines. I'm gonna go through that with you guys to go over the World Cup stuff. But yeah, it's looking a little bit dangerous right now. I don't really know how you guys are feeling, but I'm feeling a little bit scared, a little bit concerned. Maybe scared is a bit of an overreaction, but I'm definitely feeling nervous about the World Cup. I'm gonna try and get those dates up for you guys again, because it's kind of slipped my mind. So yeah, it's between the 20th of July to the 20th of August. So 1 whole month. So you guys can go ahead and etch those dates in your diary. I don't know what your financial situation's like. Are you financially stable or are you struggling a bit like myself? If you're struggling, then best of luck to you. We're in the same boat. I'm pretty sure we'll figure something out. And if you are going to Australia and I happen to be going down under, then obviously it means that we can meet up. So if I don't get to meet you whilst I'm here, if you're going to be in Australia, then that will be a perfect place to meet up. Mr. Beckford, good evening to yourself. How you doing? How are you guys? It's a great question, by the way. How are you guys feeling with regards to this team heading into the World Cup? Didn't realize the second match was there until I was really thought both games. No, no. Oh, that's a blunder. That is a blunder. But yeah, yeah. Should have been at the game. I think you would have enjoyed it, irrespective of the scoreline. That is. Definitely think you would have enjoyed it. Thanks. She gets into shape. Yeah, she's a quality player, quality player. And like I said, fair play to her for getting herself in good shape. I'm sure there's plenty for her to work on as well, as she tried to bring herself back to her best or better than what we've seen before. So she's off to a steady start. So long may it continue. I never give you your contact. My contact is always at the bottom at the end of the screen. I don't know if anyone wants to phone into tonight's show. Let me know if you do, but the contact number is usually at the bottom of the screen. You know such a Formula, you're in a mood for trouble tonight, I see. I see you're in the mood for a bit of trouble. Wow. Today must be payday for you because you're having a little giggle in the comment section. I like it. Like I said, I was hoping to see you at the game, but I know you don't hang around with commoners, so I should have actually just tempered my expectations. It's the Toffee. What are you saying? Very disappointed there was no broadcasting here in the USA or anywhere where we can get a large support base like that. I think I can echo your disappointment. Richard was actually hosting the show on Thursday night, and that was co-hosted by Mikey as well. And fair play to the both of them from holding that one down for me because there was no commentary. It wasn't broadcasted basically. So I myself wanted to watch the game, but it wasn't broadcasted like it usually is or like it should be, which is a little bit disappointing, especially if you're based in the diaspora. So why the girls don't get to be on national TV? I think that's a conversation. That's a question for the Football Federation, right? I can give you an answer, but the answer would only be my opinion. It's not a fact. So I think that's a question that you have to ask the Jamaica Football Federation. Why wasn't the game televised? Why wasn't it broadcasted? Only Lord knows. Good night to you too. How you doing? How's your weekend been? I might take this one to maybe 30 minutes, guys. Isn't really much to talk about with both games. I didn't see the first game, so I can't sit here and talk about what happened in the Thursday fixture because, as we've already discussed, it wasn't broadcasted, so I've not managed to watch it. The second game, that's a totally different story. Was definitely able to watch that one, and like I said, I've got a few good spells of play. Better 45. Was it better 45 or was in the second half, or was the first 45 better than the second 45? Good to see Bunny get a goal, and that was frustrating. I think that was one of the negatives from that game. It's just one of those days you can kind of judge how a football match is gonna pan out between, let's call it, the first quarter of the game, given the opportunities that comes our way and so on. You can kind of tell that it's going to be one of those days at the office where it's just not going to work in your favor, and it didn't. Definitely did not work in our favor. You can put that down to the shooting boots probably needed to be adjusted for a couple of our players, or you could say that it's down to the limited game time together. You can come up with a 101 reasons, and you probably will be spot on. But most certainly, the girls, as always, we kind of sound like a bit of a broken record, saying the girls need more practice games. It's like an age-old tradition. We're all sat here, pretty much sounding like we're on repeat. The girls need more practice games. We've said it 100 times. I'm pretty sure the girls have said it. Lauren Donaldson is probably sick to death with saying it. Vin Blaine, the former interim gaffer, he said it at one point as well. So everyone's pretty much singing the same hymn tune, and they seem like, well, not they, we all seem like we're being ignored. And there's only one person or one group of people who are in charge of penciling these friendlies, and it sure as hell isn't the players, the head coach, or the 12th man. So I'll leave you guys to decide who those people are. Very disappointed we couldn't. My apologies, formulae. My apologies. Forgive me. Very disappointed couldn't get to watch the game here in New York. Echo your disappointment to the Jamaica Football Federation. They're available on social media, so you can ping them a little message on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I'm pretty sure they'd love to hear from you. And who knows, they may even respond. They may even listen to your feedback. Maybe I'll support them if you give me a jersey. If you give me one of their jerseys, KC jersey, then apparently the nails are already matching for it. So if you give me their jersey, I might just wear it. I think the girls are not getting the support as the boys, and they are going to the World Cup. The meaningless men's game against Cameroon was broadcasted. Sad, the girls deserve better. Couldn't have said it any better than that. You're absolutely spot on. Yeah, I mean, some of the decisions that the Jamaica Football Federation have made is just undefensible. They can't defend themselves, because whether or not they have favorites, whether or not they favor or prioritize the men's team or the women's team, or in this case, whether or not they're prioritizing the men's team, the men's program, it's as clear as daylight that they are. I don't really think they can argue against it. Even if they're not doing it intentionally, they are doing it at the end of the day. I don't really know why the men's team, both A and B team, are getting friendlies left, right, and center, and the women's team who have qualified for back-to-back Women's World Cup are struggling to not just have friendlies, but to even be in camp. If they were in camp in October with no friendlies, no actual games to look forward to, it wouldn't be so bad. It's still slack. It's still unprofessional. It is still a poor way of operating, but it's better than nothing. So there's definitely some favoritism going on there, and a lot of people would sit back and say that it's one's trying to self-sabotage the women's program, and you can't argue against it, because that's what the facts are saying. That's what the evidence, I should say, the evidence is indicating that the men's team is being prioritized over the women's team, and you'd be a fool to argue against it, because I don't really know what you're on, but whatever it is, I don't want to be on it with you. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Like I said, the next string of friendlies coming up for the women's team. I should probably try and get this on screen for you guys so we can take a look at it together. So let's see. Why you guys can't see that, can you? Because even I can't see it. Can I make this bigger? Let's see. Yeah, I hope you guys can see that clearer. I can just about make it out. Maybe I could zoom in. Let's see if I could zoom in and see if that improves. Hopefully that improves it on your screen. Let's see. It's not making a difference, is it? But it's made a slight difference on my end. So you can see if we can scroll down. Let's see if I can scroll down and see what's what. So there we go. January, so looking at 2023. We are currently in 2022, so where were we? Here. This window here is from the 7th to the 15th of November. That one's been wrapped up. That's a maximum of 2 games. And we managed to put that in our back pocket. Again, unfortunately, we didn't get any friendlies in October. I don't know, is that one trying to self-sabotage the women's program? I'd like to say that it is. It can't be any other reason, can it? Then we scroll down and we look at January and we're looking at 2023. So that's next year. A new year is just around the corner and you can see there are some friendlies coming up. Important window, this one in February. You can see the maximum game of 3. So we definitely need a friendly um, not a friendly, we need friendlies in February, and we need to get all 3 maximum friendlies there that's available to us. Uh, and hopefully, so be the case. In February as well, you also have the Intercontinental playoffs. So again, best of luck to Haiti. They'll be looking to qualify to next year's World Cup. Again, taking place in Australia and New Zealand. And the all important date that we care about is July the 20th to August 20th, FIFA Women's World Cup. Let me know where you guys will be watching that one. I don't know what the future holds for myself. I'm hoping and praying that it will be 2 World Cup appearance on the bounce. A bit like the girls. I would love to go to back-to-back Women's World Cup with the Reggae Girlz, and only with the Reggae Girlz. If I have the opportunity to go to another country, I would politely decline because I only want to go with the Reggae Girlz. It's Fortress. It's an age-old tradition passed down from generation to generation. Fans to, yep, exactly. It's culture. It's culture. It's so shameful, but it is literally part of our culture. To be fair, from what I remember, friendlies held in January really in Jamaica really come from on. Yeah, but the thing is, formula is that I hear what you're saying, but I can't agree with it. I'm not saying I can't agree with you. I just can't agree with the way that the whole operation works, because there's no way that England will be playing a friendly and it's not shown on TV. That's just not happening. There's no way that you can know that England are playing and it's just not accessible at all. That's outrageous. And then you will have these deluded Jamaican football fans who have the audacity to put themselves in the same brackets as England. You want to take on England, you want to compare yourselves to England, but you're not operating like how the likes of England and your France and your Brazil operate. So why even try to brush up against those countries? Only Lord knows. Yeah, there's loads of stuff for us to be done. I don't really want to dive into it too much because it's only going to end up pissing me off if I'm being completely honest with you. But I can't give them I can't turn a blind eye to what they're doing. I can't give them a pass. I get what you're saying. In terms of friendlies really showing on TV in Jamaica, because this is one of the things that I don't understand. Like, once it's your national team, all the football matches should be played on free-to-air television, whether it's the men's team or the women's team, the youth team, whatever it may be. Once it's the national side, it should be on TVJ. It shouldn't be a case where it's on Flow Sports. Not everybody can afford Flow Sports. Like, we know that where a lot of people don't want to admit it, but it is a third world country, meaning that there's an imbalance when it comes to financial stability. Not everyone has access to a bank card. So how do you expect to galvanize the nation when only a small percentage of the population have access to a bank card? Therefore, only they could, theoretically speaking, be able to afford to pay for Flow Sports. And that's another thing that people always complain about, the quality of Flow Sports. I don't know if they want to spend their hard-earned money on a Flow. Depending on them, really and truly. But back to my point, once it's the national team, all of those games should be on free-to-air television. So they should be on TVJ. And that's no disrespect to Flow Sports. They're a business at the end of the day. They're broadcasters. So, of course, they're going to say yes to it. Of course, they're going to want to show it. But I'm assuming that one then spins back and goes back to the federation. And you talk about wanting to unify the nation, but you're doing it in the wrong way, because you're shutting out the majority. the majority of the population can't afford to put their hard-earned money when people are on, I can't, is it even minimum wage? I don't even want to know what minimum wage look like in Jamaica, but I'm sure it's not something to brag and boast about. At the end of the day, as much as people love Reggae Girlz and they love the Reggae Boys, more so the Reggae Girlz, the number one thing for the average family in Jamaica, whether that's the nuclear family or beyond that, the main thing for them is to put food on the table and to find money for travel to get to work, to get to and from work. They're not thinking of wanting to pay extra money to pay for flow sports just so they can watch their national football team play. And if they're going to choose one, it's going to be the Reggae Girlz. And if their match ain't on TV, then where do you leave yourself? Especially when you hear about, and I'm not trying to throw them under the bus, but when you say that you're seeking donations from the Reggae Girlz, how do you plan on selling the product? If I'm a businesswoman, I'm not buying something that I can't see. If I don't know about the Reggae Girlz, you can't come to me and ask me to invest in them because I can't see them. I don't know. I don't want to squander my money. I don't know what they look like. I don't know how they play. I don't know if they're value for money. That's down to the federation to sell the Reggae Girlz. And right now you're doing a poor job of that, because if they've qualified for the World Cup, which they have, the first football team to do so for Jamaica back to back, that is, and you're not even marketing them in the way that they should be, then you need to look yourself in the mirror, because you can't really go to no serious businessman or businesswoman and say, please donate to the Reggae Girlz. They can say, okay, so where do I watch them? You're telling me the only way to watch them is if I go to Jamaica or go to the country that they're playing in. Nobody has time for that. Nobody has time for, literally no one has time for that, because they're businessmen and they're businessmen and businesswomen, and they have priorities. They have business to tend to. So as much as they want to help out their country, really and truly, they're not going to jump on a plane just to go and watch a friendly. They're not doing it. So you're doing the girls a disservice by not putting their games on TV. But the fact that the game isn't televised or whatever, broadcasted, forget about the diaspora for a second. And obviously I'm part of the diaspora, but just focus on people on home soil at the moment. There's no way that people in Jamaica shouldn't be able to, can't watch Jamaica play football after we've just qualified for back-to-back World Cup. Forget the fact that it's even a World Cup. The fact that your country is playing football, and Jamaica is a country that loves their football, and you can't even watch them play on TV. That's just outrageous. Good evening. Should I say good night, Rochelle? Check my time. Good night. Good night, Rochelle. How are you? I need Haiti in it. We all need Haiti in it. My bro, good night. How are you, Fresh? You're always saying the right things. 100% always saying the right things. The channel is steadily growing. It's definitely steadily growing. No two ways about that. It's not just a normal friendly, it's an opportunity to showcase these. Exactly. And it just beats me. And I'm trying my best to remain so positive for the federation, because they do take a heavy beating. And to be fair to them, there has been some changes, but it's like you're making one good step forward and it's like you're taking 12 steps back, because you're just not doing the basics. Like, I don't understand why anyone would think it's acceptable to not televise the girls' game. Who in their right mind thinks it's okay to not broadcast their game after they've gone and they've created history? And shame on you for not broadcasting it as well, because this is their first games on home soil post-World Cup. So they've come home. You've not laid out the red carpet for them. They should have had a red carpet treatment. You should have been taking them to every single parish in Jamaica, or bringing them to the city and having a celebration for them because they're worthy of it, and then kicking off the game, or bringing in some of your artists, your local artists, your global artists, to open up the game in Kingston for them. But you don't do nothing, and then you're asking people to donate and support the girls. But how are they supposed to support something that they can't see? Like, I don't think any serious businessman or businesswoman's buying into a brand that they can't see for themselves. It's just doesn't make sense to me. but probably don't make sense to me because I'm not a businesswoman. So I'm probably out of that bracket. So, but you guys tell me, are you going to put money behind something that you yourself can't see? Take away the fact that you know the Reggae Girlz and think of it as they're unknown to you. You don't know a thing about them. Would you then donate to something that you can't see? Who are you donating to? Are they going to squander your money? Or when you donate to them, are you donating to fatten in their pockets? Is the money going to go to the team? How do you know the money's going to the team if you can't see it? I don't know. I do not know. Mr. Stennett, good day. Good day to yourself. I'm happy that you're at the game. Me too. I was delighted to be at the game, and I was delighted to meet a couple of my subscribers as well. So, Rochelle, Rashane and Ricky. I hope I got both of your names right, Rashane and Ricky. I'm pretty sure that's their names. The two soldiers. I think one was Arsenal and two were Liverpool. The third soldier, I didn't get his name. I think he was a little bit timid. He didn't mention his name, so I don't have a clue what his name is. But yeah, those guys out there, and they know a lot about women's football, which is quite pleasing to hear as well. So it's nice to know that there's a, what do you want to call it, an army, literally an army of Reggae Girl supporters all over the globe. More so, more importantly, here on home soil. I've been talking for almost 40 minutes. That's remarkable. I don't know if you guys have anything to say. All right, I'm gonna put up the number quickly. And if I'm gonna give you guys maybe 5 minutes, and then I'm going to have to bring an end to this one. Richie Pooh, Richpo Sports. Massive shout out to Richpo Sports. He said I should have a red stripe. He said to go and have a red stripe. He told me that earlier on. I don't know. I might take his advice. Sounds like a good little advice to me. Give wonderful coverage. Well, I'm glad you guys appreciate it. I'm definitely glad you guys appreciate it. I hope you guys have hit that like button as well. And you have. So again, I notice when I'm away from the live stream, I come on here and I don't have to tell you guys to hit the like button. So maybe that's the trick. Maybe I should stay away a lot longer. I'm already doing that anyways. Mr. Lynch, good day to yourself. How you doing? I'm good. How are you? How you doing? I haven't seen you in the comment section in a while, so it's good to see you around. I enjoyed both games with the Reggae Girlz. Were you there in person? Did you go to the games in person? You need some rum. I thought about getting some rum punch today, and I changed my mind. I think with me, once I start drinking something, so once I start drinking, I don't know, Red Stripe, for example, I like to just stick to that particular alcohol. And if I'm doing rum, I just stick to rum. If I'm doing wine, I stick to wine. I don't mix them because that's a mess. That's a disaster waiting to happen. So I don't do that. So the rum is a good shout, but I started with the red stripes. I might end off with the red stripe. Depends on how I'm feeling. I don't know if I'm gonna have it yet. Maybe. KS Sports TV. Good night. Good night to yourself. How you doing? The vibes is with you guys in the comment section, right? So I'm gonna give you guys maybe 2 more minutes. I did say 30 minutes, and I've literally gone beyond 30 minutes. Again, massive shout out to Sir Richard Stevens, that is, for those of you who are wondering, and Mr. Ballin, Mr. Mikey Ballin, for stepping in and filling in for myself. Both host and co-hosted those 2 live Reggae Girlz watch along, and seems like they did a splendid job. First show on Thursday night, I heard them trying to draw me out a bit, but I wasn't going to come on screen because, like I said, I was working, so I couldn't risk coming on screen just to stand my ground against Richard and Mikey. So I heard everything that they said. So as for Sunday, I haven't listened back to Sunday's show yet, so I have no idea if they did the same thing with me on Sunday. You guys can probably tell me in the comment section because I've not listened back to Sunday's show. Something's telling me that they might have, especially Mikey, because Mikey is the mischievous one of the two. So Mikey might have said something on Sunday. I don't know though. I've not listened to it yet. I think it's over 3 hours long. So I've not actually touched that one yet. It has been a while. It's good to see you again. How you doing? How's your day been? So like I said, guys, I was always going to make this one a relatively short live stream because there isn't really much to discuss, and I don't really just want to sit here and talk at you guys and just end up start talking nonsense. But I agree with you all that, yeah, you want to call in? Yeah, you can call in. You have to dial the number as it is on the screen. You have to do it via WhatsApp. So I'll wait, say 2 more minutes. Let me know if you're having any issues. And yeah, you can call in and let me know what you want to talk about. May hear your opinions on the Reggae Girlz, and then after that I will close off. If anyone wants to call in aside from Sebastian, then go ahead and call in. Try not to call in at the same time if that's what you guys want to do, because obviously you won't be able to get through. Berta Herb and Healings. Interesting. Is that a brand? Thank you. Thank you. That's a lovely comment. So thank you. I try for you guys. See what you guys are saying, Linda. Have I missed out on any comments? I don't think I've missed out on any of your comments. Apologies if I have. And I forgot to say something earlier on as well. You can go ahead and check out Formula Sports. It's not Formula, don't be ghetto. It's Formula. It's foreign, so please pronounce it properly. Formula Sports. Go over to his channel and hit the subscribe button, and also hit the like button on his latest video as well. And he covers all things Jamaican related with sports. I believe he might touch on a few other bits outside of the norm. So you can go ahead and keep your eyes on his platform. He's on Instagram as well, so follow him on Instagram. Just a quick, was Tiffany Cameron in the tour squad that played Paraguay? Yes, she was. And to answer your question, she went ahead and she gave me a jersey at the end of the game on Sunday. So that was lovely. This photo was either taken, I think this was taken by, who was this taken by? I think it was taken by Roshane. Did I get that right? I think it was Roshane that took this photo after the game. I don't know, or was it Roshane, or was it I'm gonna go ahead and look again and see who took it. Was it Ricky? Might have been. No, I think it was Roshane people. Roshane and Ricky, the two R's, one of them took this photo. So thank you. Hopefully I've given you the right photo credit. I see someone's calling in, so hold on for a second. Hello, good evening. Can you hear me? Hello. Good night. How are you?
How are you?
I'm okay. I can hear a little feedback. Do you have the YouTube open on a tab?
Okay, let me quiet it down.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so how was your time at the match?
It was good. Aside from the game itself, game was a little bit frustrating if I'm being honest with you, because Obviously, I wanted to
Okay.
win, but aside from the result, it was a good occasion, good turnout numbers
Okay.
wise as well. How did you
So
find
who
it?
did, so for the two games, who you think performed the best for the girls?
I can't answer that. I'm not the best person to ask that question to because I didn't see the first game on Thursday because it wasn't broadcasted. So
Okay.
I
So
didn't
the
see it.
second game now, how it go for
The
you? Like,
second game for me, particularly the first 45, I think Siobhan Wilson was the standout player. She was one of the standout players in that game, if not the
okay.
standout player. Bunny, I think, needs more service. I think we need to provide more
Yeah,
service
I
to
think,
Bunny.
but with Bonendo, I think the captain kind of put a little more strain on her still.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she under pressure, you know, like why not give a defender the captain or the goalkeeper the captain, which is better.
You don't think that? I think Bunny can handle the captain's armband. She's naturally going to
Yeah,
put Bunny, but you gotta
but for
understand that. You gotta understand that.
but for a striker to get a captain, it will put on more pressure on her.
I think any player who is given that captain's armband, especially with the situation that we're in, playing catch up, naturally you're going to be under pressure, especially when you're going to your second World Cup. I think Bunny's more than capable of owning the captain's
Okay,
armband. And you gotta understand as well that
okay.
she's the
I
poster
can
girl.
understand what you're saying still, you know, but I think the pressure, I don't think she can handle the pressure that much. Hello?
You don't think Bunny Shaw can handle the pressure of wearing the captain's armband?
Yeah, cause it go, cause it go phase her out, like performance wise, you know, you need the goals, right?
No, I think when you look throughout that squad to say that of all the players that we've got, and it's not to be disrespectful to our players,
It's
but
not disrespectful, you know. It just from my point of view,
no, I'm not saying that you're being disrespectful. I'm saying for me
you
to not
know.
be disrespectful to the other players, I think that
Mm,
if Bunny can't handle the pressure of wearing the captain's armband, then that leaves us with very little leg room to say who can handle the pressure. You gotta understand
yeah,
she's playing football in one of
yeah,
the
yeah,
she's playing football in one of the most competitive leagues in the world.
yeah.
She's
No,
played
yeah. If it
she's
is,
she's
if
played
it
football in France.
place.
She's played
Mm-hmm.
football in France. She's held her own in France, and France is a country that
Yeah,
isn't her mother country.
yeah.
They speak
But
French.
they're
That's
gonna,
not her first
but they're
language.
gonna, but they're gonna come on. Though. Remember, say you represent the team when he's a captain, you know.
Yeah, but
So
Whether Bunny is wearing the captain's armband or not, she's under pressure because it's Bunny Shaw. She's the poster girl.
yeah,
So whether you give her the
yeah,
captain's armband or not, she is under pressure. She don't need the captain's
yeah.
armband. She's Bunny Shaw. She's expected to score goals. So whether they take the
Mm,
captain's armband from her or not, the pressure will always
mm,
be there because she's the star player. She's the superstar.
yeah. But the thing is that I hope we don't becoming like depending on one player to perform. It's 11 player
It's
on the
a little
field.
bit too late for that, Sebastian. We are dependent on Bunny. We're overly dependent on Bunny, and it shouldn't be the case. And I think that's the reason why a lot of people are worried because so far I can't see the plan A. And if I can't see the plan B, then what is the plan B? And it's not to be
Yeah,
disrespectful
exactly.
to the coach.
It's not
Yes, I
yeah, yeah,
understand that he's playing with his back against the wall. He didn't have a October
yeah.
window, but we can't be heavily reliant
Mm-hmm.
on Bunny and
So,
Jody.
well, it's our second time and we have to give thanks, you know, because yeah, they are performing, they are doing their best. You know?
Hundred
Everybody's
percent,
performing,
100%.
despite the loss, everything is just our test, you know.
Hmm.
And Crystal, you're doing a very good job here.
Thank
I love
you.
how you just coverage the coverage here. You know what you're talking to, right?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm familiar with your name. You said you was gonna come on in the comment section, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I do. Thank you for your support, by the way. You're one of the
Yeah, man, continue to do good, you know, and continue to do what you do best, right?
I will do. Thank
Yeah,
you for
man.
supporting the platform. You're one of the guys that are always in the comment section, one of the regulars.
Yeah.
So Thanks for your
Yeah, as
continuous
always.
support.
Mm-hmm.
All
All
right.
right, take care.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
have
Have a
a enjoy
lovely
your night.
evening.
Have a peaceful night.
You too. Take care. Bye bye. All right. So that was let me bring his name up for you guys in case you guys are wondering who that was. I did go past his comment a little while ago. There he is, Mr. Hendricks. Thank you for calling in. Mr. Porter, Mr. Devin Porter, how you, sir? How you doing? You're probably just as frustrated as everybody else, given that you're all the way in Canada and you couldn't watch the Reggae Girlz play through your usual method with your sorry there guys, traditional commentary. Let's see. I think she's under pressure in terms of the gameplay, or she's not getting enough service. We need other yeah, she is. Bunny is always gonna be under pressure. Bunny, even in the championship, the qualifying rounds and the CONCACAF championship, she was under pressure. She's never gonna not be under pressure because she's Bunny Shaw. So with or without that captain's armband, people are expecting big things from her, and that's what happens when you're a superstar. Is she can own, I'm not going to say she can blame herself because she's a naturally talented footballer and you can't really blame her for that because that's the gift that God gave her. So she was born to play football, but with being so great at what she does, naturally that comes a heap of burden. And one of those burden is to always produce. And even in the qualifiers and in the championship where she was playing in, she was doing different roles. So she was obviously carrying the role of the forward. She was also tracking back, doing defensive duties. A lot of people didn't care that she was doing defensive duties. They just wanted her to score goals. But because people do a lot of stat padding, so for Bunny as a forward, a lot of people just watch football and they're like, you just need to score goals. But it goes beyond that. It goes doing your defensive duties when needs be, creating the assist. Sometimes the assist is more important than the goal itself, and so on. And she's doing all of that. She's tracking back, she's doing defensive duties, she's scoring goals, and she's giving assists. I really think you can ask for anything better from her because she's ticking several different boxes. And that's while she's wearing the captain's armband. So but what I will say is that she needs more service because we can't expect her to just go out there and do it all. And it's not about trying to draw out her teammates. Again, naturally, I'm going to look to the federation and say that, as I stated back then in October, we're 2 less games prepared for the World Cup. And you can see that in the game on Sunday. You can see just how disjointed we looked. And it's not about the players not being match fit because they're performing out their socks at club level with their respective clubs. So then you have to take it back to the obvious. And the obvious is that we're not sharp enough. And the reason why we're not sharp enough is because we've not been in camp long enough to gel together as a team and to formulate chemistry and so on. So, yeah, look to the federation whenever there is a problem and knock on their door and ask politely. Ask them what's going on. Maybe they have the answers because I don't have the answer for you guys. Always listen to your program with my son, Yashua. Did I pronounce his name right? Emmanuel Osiris Smith, and my daughter. I think I've spoken to you already, right? They have beautiful names, by the way. And I'm glad that I'm usually on my good behavior, considering that you're watching the program with your kids. So good evening, good day, or is it a good morning to your little ones? Hope they continue to tune into the program. Bunny is still human. Not every day she's gonna put on. Exactly. Mr. Porter, speedy recovery to yourself, sir. I'm sorry to hear that you're a little bit under the weather. I thought she looked good when she came on. Would have liked to see more of her, but I thought she looked good when she came on. But I'm sure we will. Actually, let me not say I'm sure we will, because I don't know what Lauren Donaldson is doing. With the greatest of respect to him, I ain't got a clue what he's doing, and I can't read his mind. So who knows? I can only get to watch the first game. I can watch the last part of the second game. And guys, I've gone over my the time that I set for myself. I did say half an hour. It's almost 1 hour. So before I forget my manners, massive thank you to you guys there in the comments section. Thank you for tuning in. A bit of a brief review because, like I said, there isn't really much to talk about. Thank you to those of you who tuned in to tonight's show. Appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for your continuous support. The ultimate 12th man. Also, a massive shout out to Rochelle, Ricky, and Roshane, and also a huge shout out to Tiffany Cameron. Those guys made my night on Sunday. Glad to have met Rochelle and the doc, Mr. Reed. We actually go way back, so it's not like I'm meeting you for the first time. It was nice to see you again, by the way. But the doc, Mr. Reed, an actual doctor. I'm pretty sure I've said that to you guys on my live stream before, and an Arsenal fan as well. Great to see you. Can't tell the last time I saw. I think the last time I saw you is when you came to London some years ago, right? I think you were studying. If my memory serves me well. So that was a while ago. And it was nice to see you again. And look like you're in good form, like your team. So it's good to see that you're healthy. Long may it continue. And that goes for all of you guys there in the comment section as well. Oh my God. Formula, are you kidding me? Formula, all you got to do is add it like how it is on the screen. So you got to do the plus with the 4-4. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, right? Yeah, I mean, what's everybody else doing? Are they adding it like how it is on the screen? I don't know, Sebastian. How did you call in? Formula said he's having a bit of a problem. Sorry, Formula said he's having a bit of a problem calling in. Only sad I never got to meet you. Yeah, KS Sports called in at one point. I'm sure you called in at one point, right? So yeah, Formula, it is exactly how it is. So do the plus 4-4. And yeah, you should be able to get through to me. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna wait a few minutes to see if Formula can get through. If not, I will catch you guys on another live stream. See now, how are we doing with that? Well, okay, all right. I don't need to have a go at you guys. The likes are looking fine. You guys have done well. Thank you. After this, I'm gonna take a little quick glimpse at my Tiffany Cameron jersey. Have I said that already? I don't know if I've said that yet. Okay, all right. Let me call you then. He said he's struggling. All right, let me see if I can call you instead.
Hi.
Mr. Formula, how are you?
I'm good. At this number?
Yes.
And at this number,
Mr. Formula. I think you're on. I can get a feedback from you.
It just not work out for me. I don't understand. Well, go on.
I don't know. I think Mr. Porter said try doing 01144.
Oh sometimes that can mess me up too, the area code.
Yeah. So maybe that's the reason why it's not working for you. How did you find the two games?
I didn't really watch the first game, to be honest with you. I don't think if anybody are catching all, they never watched that game.
Yeah, I think me and you are in the same position. I didn't watch that neither. I couldn't watch it even if I wanted to be honest.
Yo, I could have beat myself because till my dead Crystal, the both games were taking place at Captain Hall. I don't know why, like, I see the Captain Hall, and I just think that both games were playing at Captain Hall.
Yeah.
I never realized until after the first game that the game, I think during it, I think I was on coach watch along, and coach said to me, say, yo, if me I got the second game, so I say, I'm not going to do it, I'm going to be a boss. And I said to me, no, man, the second game, that's stadium, man.
Did he go? Did he go to the game?
I don't know, I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know.
I don't think he went because I didn't see him. That's not to say he didn't go, by the way, but I didn't see him, so I don't think he went.
Yeah, because, I mean, judging by what are the clips that I saw of it looked like a couple people, like a good amount of people were there.
Well, 100%. They had a good turnout. I was happy for them. They had a decent turnout.
But me and a friend doing a Crystal because you're gonna
get. But Formula, you even said it yourself that you thought that it was gonna be at Mobby. So even so, you messed up on your end. How comes? Because I did say to you, remember you last time you was in my comment section, right? Was you in my comment section and I was asking who's going to the game?
I think so, yeah.
See, you never told me that you wasn't going. You was going to the game or you wasn't.
What may I say noise? You go get big Reggae Girlz jersey. You couldn't get one for me.
You know what? You have, if we're the same size, which I am assuming we're not. If we are the same size, you can have it.
We're not the same size.
Well, then I can't give it to you. Then I don't know. I don't know. Maybe.
I'll style you pull for me and Crystal, because you know good and damn well to me in the same size,
I don't know if we're the same size. We might be. I don't want to, I don't want to tread on no one's toes. We might be the same size. I'm saying if we are the same size, I'll happily give it to you. It's no big deal.
First of all, you're not let go that the jersey them without. See, that's the first thing. Second of all, Crystal, if me and you was the same size, as a man, I wouldn't go around. Because when me see how you look stand upside at Tiffany Cameron, me know. So you're little bit. Crystal, you reach 5 foot yet?
What you mean if me reach 5 foot? I must be at least 5'4". I'm 5'4", 100%. This is like the third time that you've asked me this. I must be at least 5'4". Tiffany just happens to be tall.
What?
Yeah.
Crystal, Tiffany is not tall.
Tiffany is tall.
What?
Yeah.
No, Tiffany tall to you. Tiffany tall to you.
No, man, Tiffany tall. Tiffany tall, I'm telling you. I must be at least 5'4".
Tiffany is small to everybody else except you. You look on Tiffany and think that Tiffany tall. Because when you look on Tiffany, you are look up on Tiffany.
You know what? I was gonna give you my shirt, but I changed my mind. I not get the shirt again. You not get that shirt again. I changed my mind.
I mean, if I even frame it, I mean, you're a very fortunate individual because
I wasn't expecting it. I was not expecting it. I was happy. Yeah, I was happy, like really happy, because I messaged her, because I messaged Rochelle as well, because Rochelle said she was going to the game, and Charles Wilkinson, I'm not sure if he comes on your channel, but he said he was going to the game, and I tried reaching out to him, but I didn't get through to him. So I only ended up meeting up with a friend of mine, Rochelle, And like I said, I messaged Tiffany saying that I was going to be at the game. And yeah, managed to catch up with her briefly for maybe a minute, if that.
Okay. Because one of the reasons why, because even the watch along, I was tuning into the watch along on your channel because I wanted to hear in particular what you had to say about the performances. Me hear you say earlier on though say you're worried.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm worried because why I'm worried? I'm worried because, like I said, I'm not trying to like throw anyone under the bus, and I understand that the gaffer has limited time. I know he's playing his back against the wall. We know he didn't have an October window, but I'm still trying to like identify what our style of play is, and I can't see it. And I'm not trying to like put him under pressure. I'm not trying to discredit him, but I just can't see it. And at the moment, like I've said to you before, I can't identify plan A. So if I can't see plan A, I don't really want to see plan B. And I don't even know if we have a plan B. And the whole idea of us being heavily reliant on Bunny and Jody is scary because we saw what happened at the championship, particularly for Jody more so than Bunny. It's like you're playing these girls through the ground and you're putting themselves, the players are putting themselves at risk, or the coach is putting the players at risk, because Lord, God forbid if something happens to Bunny, then what? And it's not to say that the players, the forwards that can play in Bunny's position can't deliver. It's just that they've not been given the chance to formulate their own chemistry so that if they're called upon, they can deliver. I'm not doubting their playing ability and their capabilities because I see what they do for their club and I've seen what they can do for their national side, but they're not being given the opportunity to do that yet. So it's just like, can you formulate the right formation to maximize the potential of a Tiffany Cameron or a Kayla McCoy who can play as natural forwards? I don't know if there is a system there to accommodate them, and that's what's scary. Do you see what I'm saying? And I don't want us to heavily rely on Bunny, because Bunny is human at the end of the day, and all it takes is one bad injury. And I'm not wishing injury on her, but we can't be heavily reliant on Bunny, and we can't be heavily reliant on Jody. Likewise, we can't be heavily reliant on the Swaby sisters. They are human beings. We have to switch it up. We have to have a plan B. And at the moment, I don't know what the plan B is because I can't see it.
Yeah, so basically what you're saying then is that he is relying on individual brilliance.
I haven't got a clue what he's relying on. I don't have a Scooby what he's relying on. And I'm not trying to disrespect the gaffer, but I don't know what he's relying on. But what I'm saying is, it's dangerous. You're in dangerous territory if you're solely relying on Bunny and the likes of Jody. You have to move away from that. You have to have a backup plan. If in case,
don't forget Rebecca to Crystal.
Rebecca, the Swaby sister, is just like, what happens if these girls can't play? Then what? What I'm worried about is, like I said, I don't doubt the playing ability of a Shayna Matthews or a Kayla McCoy or a Tiffany Cameron or a Paige Bailey girl. The issue is that you need to put them in a system that suits them, and they need to be getting the appropriate minutes. Right now, I can't see what we're working with in terms of our plan A. So I'm fearful of what plan B looks like. You see what I'm saying? It's like I don't doubt the players. I'm just saying, do you have the system to accommodate them? You can't just throw them in the deep end and say sink or swim. Okay, Tiffany, you're having a great season in Hungary, you'll be fine. Kayla McCoy, you're smashing it with Rangers, you'll be fine. It doesn't work like that. There has to be a plan there for them. You can't just throw them in the deep end and say sink or swim. Okay, they don't perform. Then they've got the nation on their back saying that they're not good enough to fill Bunny's shoes. It's not necessarily that. Yes, Bunny is a superstar signing, but you still need to make sure that your plan B is there and ready if in case they need to step to the plate. And that's what's scary.
Question.
Yeah.
Did you see the Korea game?
That one wasn't televised, neither, if my memory serves me well. I couldn't see it. Nope, didn't see it.
I saw the first.
That one
well,
was it. That one was shown on repeat on TVJ, wasn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. You saw that one?
Couldn't see it in the diaspora. They don't care about the diaspora.
Oh, I saw that game, Crystal, and honestly, man, it was poor.
Really?
Yeah, man, it was dreadful, and I'm not exaggerating. It was dreadful. Bonisha was running up and down. Bonisha was running the halfway line like a headless chicken, just trying to make it stick, just trying to hold up the play.
Yeah.
Just trying to get her team up the pitch. She was running the half line, just basically trying to get on the end of those not even kick-aways, those get it out, them ball and those get it out of here?
Yeah, yeah.
Yo,
when you're under pressure.
The girls couldn't even progress the ball past the half line. When I say topper style, Crystal, like literally, if you want to see something where you recognize or you want to see a style of play that you recognize, and basically topper ball.
Wow, that's not exactly a compliment, is it?
So, well, I didn't get to really see the first game that good. Yeah. And the second game, the feed wasn't the best either. What do you think about did we? All right. So the second game, did we create a lot of chances in that game?
Yeah, we did. That's the funny thing. We weren't clinical enough. We can kick ourselves in that regard. We weren't clinical enough. We had a bag of chances, but it's just one of those days, Formula, where you look at the game and you're like, yeah, this ain't gonna go our way. You could feel it. You could just be like, yeah, we're not putting to bed the chances. We're squandering opportunities. Like I said, not decisive enough, not moving quick enough, not being sharp, too heavy on the ball. It's just, yeah, it didn't go according to plan. And it just.
So wait, they didn't play well either.
I wouldn't exaggerate and say they didn't play well. They had good spells where they looked like they had good spells within the game. Overall, obviously, you're gonna say that people are gonna say that we didn't play well, but I don't want to over exaggerate and say that it was an awful game. It wasn't an awful game. You had some good spells throughout the match, but at the end of the day, we wasted numerous opportunities.
In the run-off play, who was better in the second game, Jamaica or Paraguay, in the run-off play? Not necessarily the scoreline, just the run-off play. Who you would say was better?
Difficult
because
to...
we might
go on,
play
yeah.
Paraguay in the World Cup, We might play Paraguay in the World Cup.
I don't really look. I don't want to disrespect Paraguay, but like I said, the game was there for us to win, but we weren't clinical enough. It's not to say Paraguay were better than us, and we were roughing them up at times, and I kind of like that because we've been screaming out to be a little bit more aggressive, a bit like how you would have a Drew Spence and a Satara Murray with their aggression. It's nice to see Siobhan Wilson being aggressive as well. So I wouldn't say that if we play them at the World Cup, there's something to be fearful of. And that's not to be disrespectful to Paraguay. It's just that we weren't on our day yesterday, which would have been the reverse fixture. We weren't clinical enough. We weren't putting to bed our chances. And also, let's remind ourselves that a couple of these players were played out of their natural position. So we've got to kind of take some of that into context as well when we're criticizing or analyzing the game as a collective unit. Some of these players were played outside of their natural playing position, but I don't think it was a awful game. I'm not going to sit here and be like that was just horrendous. It wasn't. It was frustrating that we couldn't do better with our chances. But yeah, it wasn't an awful game, in my opinion. Other people might disagree.
But basically, what you're saying is that you don't see a plan from Donaldson, not even in the game yesterday.
I just think overall, I was still trying to identify what we were doing. And I think for me, I was just maybe I was a little bit too focused on players playing outside of natural playing position, and I was thinking, okay, why is that player there? But at the end of the day, I'm not the coach. Everyone can't play. Again, he did say that he's trying to test things out. So I guess as the 12th man, we should be fair and allow him to do that. And naturally, if your manager is asking or your head coach is asking you to play in a position that's not your desired position, you're going to say yes anyways. But there's work to be done. There's definitely work to be done. And I'm hoping that we will see a plan or a formation early doors next year when we're looking at those all important windows there in the February window. I'm hoping that we'll see a plan. I'm hoping that we can look at that window and at least say, okay, this player is going to the World Cup. That player might not be going to the World Cup. Right now, I can't really tell you. It's not listen, I can't sit here and be like, oh, by the way, Bunny and Jody is going to the World Cup. That's not news breaking story, is it? But if you're asking me to name an entire squad, I would be like, I do not know, because I don't really know what the gaffer is doing and I can't identify the style of play. And yes, there are reasons for that, but still, let's not make excuses.
Before the World Cup, is how many windows? Is one or two? Before
the World Cup, I've got a couple. There's a couple there, before the World Cup. 1, 2, 3 windows.
Because my thing is that if he is taking so long for us to see some sort of a plan, right? I mean, does he have enough time? I mean, it doesn't. If him don't have a plan by now, Crystal, he won't have one by the time World Cup come round.
Well, boy, I don't really want to say it, but it's looking like we're in the mud at the moment, aren't we? We're in the trenches right now. It didn't help the fact that he didn't have a October window, and it's not really something.
That was him saying he never want to call the girls for the October window,
I don't
to give them rest.
I heard I read an interview, and I think they did the interview after it was made clear that we wasn't going to have a October window. So I think that
pull one power, fast one power.
I think that interview was done after it was clear as daylight that we're not going to get a October window, because I don't really think Lauren Donaldson, with how this guy's his CV or his resume speaks for itself. He's been in this business a long time. If he hasn't been in coaching for a extended length of time, he's a football coach at the end of the day. He's the head coach. He knows the importance of international windows. And it's not a case of saying the girls need a break. They don't need a break. They need to be in camp.
And that's what when I saw the interview, and I even did a video on it, I said to myself, I don't really understand. This not really makes sense. Like, the girls need all the games they can get.
100%. 100%. I didn't agree with that, Naiva. I don't agree with the they need to be rested. They don't. They need to be in camp.
And he needs all the games he can get with these girls, because it's not like he has been the head coach for 2-3 years.
100%. Like I said, even if we weren't going to get a game, it's so ridiculous that there's only 2 games available. There was only 2 games available in the October window. Even if we were only given one single day game, at the end of the day, the girls still should have been in camp with each other. Even if it's just to kick the ball with each other and build up that synergy, you should have been in camp with each other. It's not about resting. These players don't want to rest. They don't want to go to the World Cup and embarrass themselves because they've not been prepared. Like we've heard Bunny Shaw talk time and time again the importance of preparation. So who am I going to believe? Am I going to believe the captain, Bunny Shaw, who have been on record saying we need games, or am I going to listen to, no disrespect, but the head coach, Lauren Donaldson, saying that they need to be rested? I'm sorry, but I'm going to be swaying with the captain. The captain says they want games. The captain is the player. The player is saying that they need games. They need friendlies. And that's what they need.
And not rest.
No, rest. You think these Reggae Girlz want rest? What, to go and comb their hair and put their feet up? They don't want that. They want to be in camp. That's what they want. They don't want nothing less. They're professionals at the end of the day. They want to be in camp, bare minimum. They don't want to be sat at home whilst their opponents are in camp and are playing friendlies. That's outrageous. They don't want that.
Yeah, and that's so crazy you mentioned that too, because their competitors who are already more drilled
Exactly.
and a lot of them have played more games together and have spent more time together. You know, they are sitting back during a FIFA window and watching them who are already ahead in preparation
100%.
get even more prepared
100%.
than them.
100%. And that is why I'm saying, because remember that we were underprepared going into the CONCACAF qualifiers. The girls don't want to be in that position again.
Crystal, I said it on coaches this the other day. If that qualifiers was like the male qualifiers, you know, where it was home and away legs over a number of games, like how the octagonal round was set up for the boys, the girls would not have been able to pull. I don't think the girls would have been able with Donaldson and with the underpreparedness.
And with the distraction, because there was so much distraction around this World Cup cycle.
That tournament was the perfect tournament for them to do a smash and grab. And that's what they and scrape through. And that's what they basically did.
Yeah, because
they scraped through and got lucky as well too. And of course, you know, the individual brilliance came to the forefront as well. So, I know,
I mean, I love your question, but I'm worried. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm not. I am worried. I'm worried. Like I'm scared because I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the game plan is. I don't know a plan A. And like I said, you know, if we don't know plan A, what is plan B? Plan B just look like it mirrors plan A. So question mark at the moment, and that's daunting. Because the year's practically come to an end. Next time they're in camp is going to be in February. And then after that, you're looking right at the World Cup. The World Cup's looking you right in your face. And it's not like we're playing in pushovers. We're up against France and we're up against bloody Brazil again.
Why is like the Reggae Girlz are cursed, man? Why every damn time them get thrown into a group? Every time a group is called with the Reggae Girlz in any tournament, my heart sink. My heart always sink after the Reggae Girlz is involved in any sort of a draw. They always get the tough group.
I've got a comment here for you from Devin Porter. He said, Formula, with all due respect, the coach have a plan. He is looking at players and he still had 3 windows to solidify the team along with when they go into camp for the final preparations.
Sir Devin Porter is, let me tell you something about Sir Porter. Sir Porter is the most optimistic individual you will ever meet in life. Crystal, Sir Porter is the type of brother where if you ever find yourself on a sinking ship, you'd love for him to be that person beside you, because all when data steer you in the space, Devin Porter.
He's going to be positive.
He might tell you, say, don't worry, man, don't worry. Search and rescue is almost on their way. Search and rescue is almost here. Don't worry. Don't worry. Yo, all when crisis in a Devin Porter face. Devin Porter can't see the darkness in the tunnel. All when he can't see no light, he can't see the darkness. Oh boy.
I mean, I get where he's coming from, but I don't disagree with what Formula said, Sir Porter. And the reason why I'm saying this is, Lorne Donaldson can do exactly what you're saying he said he was going to do, which you're right. He said he's looking at the players. But even whilst he's looking at the players, we should still be able to see a system. Because any player that comes into that system should fit in like a missing puzzle. Right now, for me, we can't see the system. So I can't speak for Formula, but I'm pretty sure that he's not against new additions coming into the team. New additions coming into the team is not an issue. With any new addition that comes into the team, they should fit in like a missing puzzle, meaning that they fit right into the system. Right now, I can't see the system. That's why he's saying that players look like headless chickens, because basically what he's saying is they don't look like they know what they're doing. Players overextending themselves. Bunny playing deep, Bunny doing this. We can't keep on relying on Bunny. I don't know how many times I must say it. Bunny needs to be rested. I'm surprised Man City haven't gotten on the phone and I've said that she needs to be rested, because she's now their star girl. It's one thing being the star girl for Jamaica, but she's now their star girl. And I'm not saying wrap Bunny in cotton wool and protect her, but what I'm saying is give somebody else a chance as well, so we see what they're capable of. If in case we can't rely on Bunny. Bunny needs to be rested. Jody needs to be rested. The Swaby sisters, we need to stop heavily relying on the Swaby sisters as well, because what happens if we can't rely on them? What happens if we can't rely on, God forbid, Rebecca Spencer? We need to know that I will never doubt the playing ability of Sydney Schneider, because for me, she's world class. But because there's a lack of game time for Sydney at club level, Sydney should have at least played in one of these friendlies. You need to be bringing back up her confidence, Formula. I'm not saying she's low on Formula, but you need to bring up her confidence, because she's, unintentionally, I guess you could say, being overlooked at club level. We can't keep on doing that at international level with the World Cup around the corner. She was one of the star players at the last World Cup, period. So she needs to be given some minutes as well. And yes, people can say not everyone can play. We know that. But what is your plan B? Well, you're going to look at your plan B formula and say not everyone can play. They need to play because they're the plan B if you can't rely on plan A. So I'm not buying this, not everyone can play. We all know that we're football fans. We know not everyone can play, but we need to see what plan B is saying if in case we can't rely on plan A.
My thing is that, and I've said this before on your program, and I've said it on mine, and people give me flack for it. Me personally, I think Lorne Donaldson is a relic of the past, and I was particular because even this Paraguay team, Crystal. When I looked at this team on paper and I looked at the form that this team was coming into these two respective friendlies, they weren't coming into these respective friendlies on any good form, 1, 2. When I look at the team on paper, our team is better than this team by a good ways. Not even by a good ways, by we side bigger than that side,
Way bigger. We should have smashed them. We should have smashed Paraguay. With the way we should have beat Paraguay. Paraguay is supposed to afraid for God play us or afraid to book for a World Cup.
Exactly. They're afraid to qualify a World Cup. Because they must have mercy. Jamaica deal with us. So imagine we land in another group there and we have to back up France and Brazil. But it's great because, as I said, Crystal, don't find that Korea game there. Don't find the Korea game.
Yeah, I've not managed to look at it.
I thought may have to look on the top of the screen and look on the flag and go back on the JFF Instagram and look to see if I really Korea we are playing. Not saying that Korea is a bad team, right? But it's almost as if I thought we were playing the great United States of America. Our team was certainly good enough to be able to match up with that Korean team. And the way and be very competitive, extremely competitive against that Korean team. And yes, to be fair, the girls were playing in Korea's backyard. But it was just very worrying how poor and how the thing just look. It just lacked structure, and especially going forward on the offensive side of things, it just lacked structure and organization. And it's like, as you said, the girls, they look clueless, man.
Yeah,
When I see the Reggae Girlz play a lot of the time, Crystal, look, Donaldson still has time to prove us wrong, but it look as if there's a lot of improvisation taking place, and that's not how top coaches operate.
Interesting. It's worrying. It's worrying to say the least. It's really worrying. I mean, I get what Devin Porter is saying, because we all know what the coach said. He said he's using the camps to look for girls, but at what point are you going to stop the chop and change? You can't do it in the last window before the World Cup, because you've not played your starting 11 together then, essentially, because you're always chopping and changing. So I should think that as of the February window, that's it, that's the cutoff point. But maybe he might say that he needs to utilize the February window because he didn't have a window in October. Or does he bite the bullet and say, that's enough, I've been fair, I've looked at a couple of additional players, I'm sticking with what I've got between now and the World Cup? Because these players need to be playing together. Like, your World Cup squad need to be playing together. It's not a case of chopping and changing. What you can't, you don't have the time to be doing chopping and changing. You need your permanent squad together. That's your final squad with potential addition. You know, that the fact that you've got someone like Chinelu Asher on the bench as well. I was like, Asher is on the bench? Why? Again, I get you're looking at other players, okay. But do you not want to formulate some sort of synergy?
I don't think this gaffer is a fan of Chinelu Asha. I think he's one of those coaches that want players who want midfielders who are more. He values midfielders who have that defensive side of their game more than midfielders who have that technical ability, so to speak. I don't know him. No, I don't think he's a fan of Asha, because even with other midfielders that he utilizes who have good ability on the ball, like a Drew Spence or others as well. You know, they have that defensive ability, right? I mean, Chinelu Asha is not really a defensive-minded sort of a player, if I'm making sense. You know, she's a controller, a midfield controller.
But you have to, the thing is, Formula, like, I'm not disagreeing with you. Sorry to cut you off, but you need that balance, though, in midfield. You need that balance. So I think if you're going for someone like a Drew Spence, would you not, to add that balance, would you not go for a Chinelu Asha?
And that's how I would see too. Who did he play alongside Drew Spence in the game against Paraguay?
We had Havana. We had let me bring up the team for you. I'm gonna bring it up. 1 second. What am I doing? See if I can bring up that starting 11. Don't ask me about the first game, people, because I didn't watch that first game, so I can't talk about that first game. But I don't know if you can see it, because I don't think you're actually watching the thing.
It's up on my screen, so probably
It's on your screen. So, all right, let me put it on your screen so you can see how we lined up. Can you see that?
Hold on, the stream kind of like a delayed. Okay, now I see it. Okay. So more than likely it would have been Havana. More than likely would have been Havana.
Yeah, it seems like
Spence.
Havana is one of his favorite players. And look, I'm not gonna knock him because every coach have their favorite players. There's no denying that. That's not it's not as if it's something that is surprising to us. But yeah, it does appear that Havana is one of his favorite players.
Do you think this is a fair statement? I think, and if you disagree with me, that's okay. I think Havana is a slightly inferior player from a technical standpoint to Chinyelu. But I think from a defensive standpoint, she'll give more than Chinyelu. Is that a fair statement?
Listen, I hear the point that you're going for, but can we really answer that question if we don't know what system he's playing with? If we don't know which system suits the particular player, so be a Chinelu Asha or a Havana.
Because and that's a good point, because to be fair, whenever I see the girls playing under Donaldson, I don't really see a number 8. I could be wrong. But I don't really see a player that I could say, okay, that's the number 8, because I don't see a box to box in the team. I see it sometimes I wonder if it's 2 number 6s. I don't know. Is that a fair statement? I don't know.
It just goes back to what I said formula that I'm still trying to figure things out. I'm not trying to I'm reluctant to name names, but I'm just confused. I am so confused. Even with some of the stuff that we saw in defensive display yesterday, and I don't want to like draw anyone out, so I'm not gonna do it. But you had options to protect that player from being criticized, and sometimes you can't run away from criticism. But when I'm talking about criticism, I'm talking about unfair criticism. To avoid that unfair criticism, given the age of the player, given that they're playing in front of their home nation and they will want to prove a point, you could probably have shielded them from themselves by going for the safer option. You had options on the bench there at centre back that you could have opted to toy with, but he didn't do it. And I'm not the coach. I don't know what goes on on the training pitch. And also he has already stated in press conferences, and I believe he's done interviews as well, where he says he wants to test players out. But how much chopping and changing is too much chopping and changing, if that makes sense? Because it's not as if the
no chopping and right now the World Cup squad should basically, with a few exceptions,
should be set.
Yeah.
Should be set. The World Cup squad, you're 100% right. The World Cup squad should be set. We should know. We should know that, okay, yeah, this is who we're going with. But right now, we don't know. Right now, it's an entire guessing game. And that's outside of the obvious. Nobody's going to sit and be like, Bunny's going and Jodie's going, because it's not rocket science. We know this. We know that for a fact. But you can't take 2 players to a World Cup. And more importantly, what's your formation? What does it look like? What does your plan B look like? I don't know. Only Lauren Donaldson can answer that. But we have a good squad, and that's probably why it's a little bit frustrating, because we have such a talented squad. Just talent all over the pitch. We have such a talented squad, and he's blessed.
And
he's blessed.
What bugs me is that I don't think Donaldson either, if he even has an idea of what he wants to do, he certainly is struggling to implement it, because I mean, I don't really see it, to be honest with you. I don't see it. I just don't see it. Like when I watch the girls play, I don't really know, right, what is going on, or what. I mean, it seems to be. Look, the only thing that I will say is consistent is that there seems to be an emphasis on having Bonisha come deep and receive the ball, right, in various forms, a lot of the times by ear, and try and hold up the ball and get the team up the pitch. And that's worrying for me because and that's really and truly a lot of the times that seems to be the only way where we seem to get the team up the pitch, Crystal. If with Bonisha impressive hold up play.
So basically,
again,
what you're saying is the gaffer has basically said, pass the ball to Bunny and Bunny create magic.
He's relying on individual brilliance. Because honestly, Crystal, whenever I see the team really getting up the pitch, is when, as I said, I'm not gonna really judge these Paraguay games because I really never saw them properly, especially the first one.
Yeah.
But before these games and from what I have heard, it's a lot of Bonisha dropping deep and holding up the ball. And that worries me now, Crystal, because one, we don't have another, correct me if I'm wrong, but we don't have another center forward in the squad that plays as well with their back to goals like Bonisha. Right? Kayla McCoy is a forward that plays with her back to go, with her facing goal, right? And you can't really rely on the other center forwards to be dropping deep and holding up the ball, especially by ear. When it's coming into them, whether in their chest or on their head, because those other forwards are not those type of forwards.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
The thing is, formula is that every player is a separate, unique individual. So the same formation that you use for Bunny that maximize Bunny's potential, you probably can't use said formation with a Paige Bailey Gale or a McCoy or a Cameron. And it's not because it's not as black and white as to say they're not as good as Bunny. It's just that it's probably it comes down to the fact that you're
playing just different type of players.
Exactly, different playing style.
They're different type of players.
Exactly. So that is what frustrates me, is that we're not really given the opportunity to see what formation gets the best out of individual and their playing style, particularly in the firepower position. That's an issue. I think that's an issue that needs to be addressed.
And you're right. But what bugs me even more, Crystal, is that there does not seem to be a plan or a structure when it comes to progressing the ball. It's not a team. It's not an emphasis on the team when it comes to, progressing the ball up the pitch. It's more an emphasis on play it into Bonisha, however way you can, play it into Bonisha.
Yeah, Bunny will create magic.
Yeah, it just, I don't know, look, I don't mean to be negative.
I don't think you're being negative. I think you're entitled to your opinion. Football is a game of opinions at the end of the day. It's your opinion.
I just hope that we don't get smashed at the World Cup, man, because it would be really unfair to these girls, the quality that they have. If they go to the World Cup and get smashed, a lot of people jump up, think that Donaldson is the greatest thing since sliced bread because he qualified the team. And I just don't see it that way. I think, him scraped through and given the structure of the tournament, he and with some luck as well, got through. I just worry.
I think we're all in a similar boat here. I'm definitely worried. I could even go as far as to say there's some politics that's on display with regards to just how insincere the support of the Reggae Girlz have been off the field of play. and the fact that their program or the men's program is prioritized over their program. Did they pick the best coach because they wanted to see the best out of the Reggae Girlz, or to reap the best out of the Reggae Girlz, given their talent, given the fact that the core of the squad should already have a World Cup appearance in their back pockets? Did they give them the appropriate tools? Are they giving the appropriate tools to align themselves for success? One would argue and say no. You can look back at the federation and say that do you believe that Lorne Donaldson is the right man to lead us forward in terms of taking us to the next step? The next step for the Reggae Girlz is to make it outside of the group stage. I would argue and say that you don't believe that he's the man to do that, or you don't believe in him to an extent. Because for me, it's if you believe in a head coach, then you want them around for a long term. You want them to oversee a project. You want someone to oversee a project. You're not going to give them a short term contract. What can you do with a short term contract? Can you even lay down your foundation within a year? Probably not. If you believe in a manager, then surely you're giving them a 3 to 5 year contract. No, because you want to see them succeed and you want to give them fairness. And with fairness, it means you want to give them a extended length of time so that they could reap their rewards. I don't really think that people want to see Lorne Donaldson be successful. So again, like, I can sit here and I could question some of the stuff that he's doing and some of his decision making, but also I could look at and the decision makers behind the scenes and on the board and say that question their reason for making him the head coach. Do you believe in him? If you believe in him, are you giving him the right tools to get the best out of the Reggae Girlz? So it's just a mess formula, really and truly. It's a mess. And I think, as ever, the support of the Reggae Girlz off the field of play is disingenuine at best. It's not sincere. Yeah, I don't think it's sincere at all. I think it's politics. I think a lot of the times with the Reggae Girlz are caught in a crossfire where people want to say XYZ to certain people, but they don't say it. They don't say what they want to say to who they want to say it to. Instead, they mention the Reggae Girlz because the Reggae Girlz is like the easy target. They're the kids in all of this, so you can pick on the kids, but you can't pick on who you really want to pick on because you're a flat track bully. And I think that's what's happening. I think people outside of the Reggae Girlz camp carry a lot of ill feelings towards people that's connected to the Reggae Girlz, people who are closely connected to the Reggae Girlz. And because they have ill feelings for those people, they take out their frustration on the Reggae Girlz. And I think that's the reason why the support oftentimes is disingenuine. I don't really think that people, maybe they do have a problem with the Reggae Girlz, but shame on them if they do, because they're our most prized assets. But I definitely feel that there's politics on display, and the Reggae Girlz are caught in the crossfire.
I think it's also probably them not being convinced of the support that the Reggae Girlz have. Not that the Reggae Girlz do have the support, I think they are not convinced of it. And I hear people saying that, oh, Jamaica is not big on women's football. I think that there are a lot of people in this country that are proud of the Reggae Girlz and, are, what's the word I'm looking for? Are supporting the program, are supporting the Reggae Girlz. So I think probably they're looking at it from a general standpoint to say Jamaica is not big on women's football, but not looking at it from the standpoint that the Reggae Girlz have really endeared a lot of people to them because of their accomplishments, their performances, and they're likable characters and likable individuals,
Yeah. I think interesting. I think when we look at it like that, and again, it is an opinion at the end of the day, then people would say that, do you factor in sexism in terms of the way that the team is treated? Do you factor in ageism, perhaps there is an argument to factor in both of those two things that I've just mentioned. But overall, I don't believe that they've been given the respect that they deserve. I don't know if they ever will, as long as certain people are connected to the Reggae Girlz. But like I said, I feel like they are caught in a vicious crossfire, and at the end of the day, the only ones that's going to get hurt is the girls, is the team, because they're the ones that are doing backbreaking labor, and they're not able to fully reap their rewards because they're not being fairly supported. They're not being given the equality and the equity. And as long as you don't have equality and equity, you can only get so far. You can try and say you're giving them equality, but equality, you can't reap the benefits of equality without equity, if that makes sense. It has to go hand in hand, and they've not been given that. And you have to wonder why. Is it ageism? Is it sexism? Is it because there's politics on display? Are you trying to self-sabotage the program? If you are trying to self-sabotage the program, why is that? It's just bizarre, because no one can argue the fact. The fact of the matter is, the Reggae Girlz is Jamaica's most successful football team, and without them, we would not be wearing Adidas as our next kit sponsor. It just won't happen. It would not happen. I don't know if you know a brand called Skechers. Are you familiar with that brand?
Yeah, man, I know the brand.
Listen to me, Formula. If it wasn't for the Reggae Girlz, we would have Skechers as our next brand. You understand? If that. Forget about Umbro, a Skechers we'd wear for our next brand. Okay? It is that drastic. You understand? That is how bad football is without the Reggae Girlz.
I comprehend.
A Skechers we'd wear, Formula. You think without the Reggae Girlz we'd wear Adidas? Skechers. I mean, I know about you, but me not wearing Skechers. Me love Jamaica, but me not wearing it.
It was actually alluded to, in the official statements that were released, the success of the Reggae Girlz going to the World Cup, It was actually, even though to be fair to them, still, I think they were, even before they had qualified to the World Cup, I think they were working on the Adidas deal. But it was if memory serves right, it was the first thing that was alluded to in the PR statement that was released when in terms of alluding to success of the national team, our national teams, and that was the very first thing they alluded to, that, saying that the girls just qualified for a World Cup.
They have to, though, because they know if they don't, then we will beat them bad. We'll beat them till they're black and blue. So they know they have to mention the Reggae Girlz, because if you don't, it just blatantly show that it is sexism. You have to mention them.
I think that was that PR statement, though, I think was released by Adidas.
Okay, I thought you were talking about the Jamaica Football Federation.
No, man.
I mean,
I think that PR statement was released by Adidas.
That deal is signed, sealed, and delivered by the Reggae Girlz. Adidas is a business. They are not, without the Reggae Girlz, we're not wearing Adidas. You can wear Adidas as in the Arsenal Adidas, but you're not wearing Jamaica Adidas. Skechers we'd wear. Remember, I tell your formula, Skechers. That would be if that. Because Skechers probably would even come nowhere near us. But without the Reggae Girlz,
that's funny.
As Skechers, sometimes I really sit down and think about it, and I say, so without the Reggae Girlz, Jamaica really without playing as Skechers. And me now wear Skechers. Me know about you, but me now wear it.
That's funny.
Me love Jamaica, but me now wear Skechers formula. I'm a love Jamaica.
Even if Tiffany Cameron give you a Skechers jersey.
Give me that kind of different still. Cause I have to wear it then, but me now go out and wear formula, go buy a Skechers jersey. I don't even know what their logo look like.
That Tiffany Cameron jersey there gonna swallow you up, you know that that Tiffany car when me see you stand upside that Tiffany.
Listen, someone said
that is going to be a dress.
What someone said Tiffany. Someone gave me Tiffany's height earlier on. I tell you, it's a
No,
Tiffany
no,
tall.
go,
Oh, you
no,
mean
no,
nothing
go,
about
so.
Tiffany tall?
Tiffany is not 5'6".
Somebody
No,
said
go,
Tiffany
so.
a 5'6". May I tell you Tiffany
No,
tall?
no, go, so.
Oh, you mean nothing
No,
about
no, go,
so?
so. That shirt,
Yeah.
that shirt for you is going to be a dress. I mean, know
No,
that.
the shirt can actually fit me, you know. The shirt
Yeah,
actually fits.
it swallow you up. It
No,
swallow you
I'm
up.
telling you, I'm at least 5'4".
Crystal, put up the picture with you and stand upside at Tiffany.
Alright, hold on.
That shirt is going to be a
Hold
dress.
on. Let me do something. Let me try and get the shirt for you. Can you get the shirt out? Thank you. Hold on. Let me show you that this shirt can actually fit me. Formula really come on the program I hate. Thank you.
Oh,
Look
God.
at this shirt, people. You're telling me this can't fit me? Lord God, Formula. Come on, man.
I don't see it yet. Hold on, I see it now. No, Crystal, that big, that way
Taking
bigger
the
than your
piss.
Crystal.
This can fit
That
me.
way bigger than
No,
your
it's
Crystal.
not.
That way bigger than your Crystal.
Listen,
It's way
you
bigger
can
than
say whatever you want.
signature on it?
You can say whatever
Our
you want.
signatures on it?
You no need to worry about the signature, and you don't need to worry about the size, because you not get it. So you can say whatever it could have fit me like 90. You still not get it. So you can try all you want. You can try all you want.
Oh, good.
Owen, I'm 5'4". Don't listen to Formula. I'm at least 5'4". You know, so the part
Crystal.
kind of slant, so I kind of look shorter, but that was the only
No,
thing.
Crystal,
Yeah, kind of slanted a little bit.
Hold
Yeah.
on. Let me see if I can go find something. Let me see if I can go find Instagram right now, because hold on, where? Let me go find
No, man, I'm
Talawa TV.
5'4", guys.
Let me go find Talawa TV.
You guys can hate all you
Hold
want.
on. Crystal, nothing a slant about that there.
There's
Nothing a
something
slant about that floor there.
slanted Formula. Oh, come on, man.
Nothing a slant.
It's
That,
slanted.
no, Crystal, that's a level ground, Crystal.
No, man, it never
And
level.
you
It's
barely,
slanted.
the top of your head barely reach our eye.
I am 5'4". I'm telling you that. 5'4".
Alright, so. If you say so.
At the end of the day, I'm tall for a woman. So I can't say whatever I want to say. I'm tall for a woman. So this is all I want to say.
Crystal. Yo, Crystal, delusion. Crystal, so she's tall for a woman.
Oh, you mean?
Crystal try to tell herself anything.
Yeah, I'm tall for a woman. Trust me.
Alright, so.
Yeah.
Alright, so. Alright, so. Tell her again, Owen. Tell her again.
Listen,
Tell her again.
I'm telling you, Owen, I'm telling you for a fact, 5'4". If anybody wants to meet me and measure me in person, you're more than welcome to. 5'4", nothing less.
By the way, my on your Instagram page. I just Chantel Swaby don't play in America anymore.
No. Are you thinking of Allison? Because Allison plays NWSL. Remember Chantel was in with Rangers last season with
And
Taylor.
Didn't she move to America?
No, she's in France. FC Fleury.
You sure?
100%. She's in France. 100%.
No, I see that knowing that she's in France, you know.
No, she made the move. Remember, she was at Rangers last year, and she made a summer move to FC Fleury.
In France?
Yeah, she's in France. 100% in France.
I thought she moved to America.
No, her sister, Allison, moved to America. Allison is in the NWSL.
I know. Allison is in not Houston. Allison play for, oh God, what the team name again, man?
Angels.
Angels, yes, Angels. If memory serves right, it's based in California.
Yeah,
if
she's
I'm not mistaken.
she's in NWSL, and Chantel is in France.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could have swear things said Chantel did make a move to America.
No, man. She's in France.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know where I got that from then.
Yeah, she's in France. You gotta keep up with the Sunday show formula.
I watch sometimes, but I do need to watch more of
Yeah,
it.
you gotta
I haven't even been watching a lot of fellow vloggers live shows in recent times.
Yeah.
So I need to get back onto that.
Oh,
you know?
wow. The back of the shirt says Reggae Girlz. So this is the first time I've actually managed to touch a shirt that says Reggae Girlz. Usually it says Reggae Boys.
Really? Even the jerseys that the girls play?
Even the ones that I buy come with Reggae Boys. This is Tiffany official jersey, guys. And then this is official stuff here, authentic, right? This
Bossy, Jesus, bossy. Man, get the little jersey and just hype on people, so man. God,
I'm not even gonna wash it. I'm gonna keep it the way it is and frame it. I shouldn't wash it, should I?
But I mean, I think so because you know I want to get out that signature out there. Because I know so just sign it and get it.
Listen, me now make you set me up, guys. So like you want to send to my ear thugs, them come at my place, come take my jersey from me. So you're set up.
But hold on there 1 second, Crystal. Because me look it up. Hold on there. Me look it up in a Crystal. Yes. Chantel was in America, man.
Chantel, she's in France.
No, she's in France. No, she's in France. No.
Yeah.
But hold on. Hold on. Oh no, wrong thing me I look at.
Family, why you not trust me?
Well, no, me not trust you. Me not trust you. I just know somebody did something with her in the US one time. But it looked like she did move from US to France to Scotland, and then from Scotland to France.
Yeah, she's to France now.
I shake myself. Yeah. She did move from America to Scotland and then Scotland to France.
Well, if you didn't have the jersey, the big jersey next to you, would have made them type of mistake there. So I kind of forgive you.
You're good for Get the little jersey you feel big.
Listen, right now I can't lose in a life, you know. Winners win. Winners win, losers lose.
Of all the jerseys you get to a Tiffany Cameron.
I forgot you're a Tiffany fan as well, innit?
Yeah, man. I'm a Reggae Girl. That, man. I think
yeah,
Tiffany
she's lovely.
I think Tiffany Cameron is a lot of people's Reggae Girl.
Yeah, she's a fan favorite. She's a proper fan favorite.
Yeah, man.
Everybody, a lot of people love her. She's a fan favorite.
Yeah.
She's cool. She's easy to talk to. So to have to be a professional footballer and to play for your national team and to be approachable, she's a lot of people's favorite reggae girl, no doubt.
She looks like a really cool reggae girl.
Yeah, she is, man.
Cool person.
She is, because I came in contact with her about almost 4 years ago. And like I said, since then she's been supporting the platform, like followed the platform. Yeah, you've seen that sometimes she's in the comment section, in the YouTube section. So yeah, she's been supporting the platform for almost four years now. So she's been around. She's been around. Yeah, she's cool.
But a big league, something they're playing now, a big league.
Chantel.
Chantal are playing I know because this a team I play in the top tier in France against Paris Saint-Germain and Olympic Lyon.
You know, she only lost 1-0 against Lyon. Narrow 1-0 defeat as well.
Yeah, that me I see right so.
Yeah, she playing big league. Big league.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is a big deal, and that's why Donald's not get the whip in a Crystal, and that's why I get the belt in a man, because at them a quality in having the team, and I make them look like joke side, you know. And that's why he might get them kind of beat, yeah. Them a fooling if I'm going with.
Lon Donaldson. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna be patient with him. Because he deserves some patience. I'm gonna be patient, but Lord, please just have it all set out for us come February, because that's when my patience runs out. February, if I'm still left here scratching my head after 3 games, then we're in trouble. So I'll be patient with him. Good day, Mr. Webster and Owen. Good to see you guys in the comment section, by the way. Sorry for not acknowledging you guys by name earlier on, but hope you're all doing well. Hope you all had a great weekend, by the way, and it's good to see you guys around. Yeah, Formula, you were saying?
No, I was just saying that Donaldson, that's why we have to swing the belt, man, because I mean, France is one of the top leagues. France, America, and England are one of the 3 big leagues, you know, man.
Yeah.
And for sister, them are quality, them are playing at them a big league, and them now wipe the floor with Paraguay.
I was hoping that we would give them a stuffing, a beating. But it is what it is. Like I said, I don't believe, me personally, I don't think we played poorly. I just think that we squandered so much opportunity. And maybe my reaction would be different had we played poorly, but we didn't play poorly. But we messed up so many opportunities. And again,
I hear people saying that the team plays slow too. Like them not move the ball quickly.
Boy, you can probably put that down to the pitch itself. Probably they wanted to move the ball, but that tough pitch, that old rough tough pitch, probably you can't play. You can't play.
Paraguay move the ball quickly.
It wasn't noticeable. I think they had a few breaks, but naturally, when you have breaks, it just means that the ball is moving at a pace. But that wasn't for the full 90, if that makes sense, right? I don't think you can expect elegant football on our pitch. It's just not going to happen. Certain part of the pitch, if you're in a mine shaft, it lift you up and fling you way up in the sky. You have to stand up strong. So you're not getting elegant football from through a pitch. It's just not happening. It's not happening. But you know, it is what it is. How are you looking for this week with your program?
You mean in terms of content?
Yeah.
Just the usual short videos. I think I have a video putting on tomorrow as well. I haven't recorded it. Yo, Chantelala get game in a France, you know?
Yeah, she's doing her thing.
Man, she's playing.
She's doing her thing.
Yeah, so just short. Yo, she started against Leon. I didn't even realize that she had moved.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They just lost narrow 1-0, and it was in the latter stages, like 90 plus minutes, right?
May I go try and see if I can watch that game, yeah?
Yeah,
I'm going to try and see if I can
she's
watch
a regular
game
in their team, so you'll definitely catch her throughout the season. She's one of their regulars.
This is crazy. And Donaldson, Donaldson take this thing for puppy show, you know, man. Girl are starting off France, girl are star up England. We're supposed to have, we're not supposed to have struggle against Korea, Crystal.
and Paraguay.
Watch out. She start again against Lee Harvey.
Yeah, she's one of their regulars, but you know, like I said, I'm gonna give him until February, and hopefully by then, things will look different. I'm hoping. If not, then obviously, we're in the trenches here, mate. We're in the trenches. We're in the mud. Hopefully not. But I'm gonna be patient with Lauren, and hopefully can turn things around for us, because looking a little bit sticky. But you might need to page him next time he's in Jamaica. You might need to have a word with the gaffer. Page the gaffer. Ask him what's going on.
Man, I think me that do well in our press conference with London. I don't think I've ever been in a press conference with him.
Listen, Lauren, listen, he's good at swerving questions. I'll give him that. He will swerve your question.
Yeah.
Lauren, I've picked up on something that he does, and I don't want to say it publicly, because I don't want him to stop saying it. I want him to keep on saying it until I know that he said it long enough where I can highlight it. But he says something in press conferences where as soon as he says it, I'm like, yeah, he's not gonna be giving us the God Almighty truth here. He's gonna try and swerve the question. I've picked up on something that he does. I think it's a habit. It's a bad habit. But yeah.
Okay.
And I think it's noticeable. I think if you listen back to his press conferences, it's noticeable what he does. It's just it's a bad habit. It's funny. It's nothing bad. It's just one of those things where you can kind of tell as soon as someone says this, you know that they're capping. But yeah. I like it because it just makes me think that okay, you're not telling the truth here, but it's entertaining.
I go try to see if I can find Chantel Swaby's games, especially the ones against Leon and PSG, and see how well she did. Yeah,
check her out. Sure you'll enjoy it. Owen says, I know what you are talking. I think we're on the same page. I'm waiting on other people to catch up to Lauren Donaldson. So someone else has spotted Lauren Donaldson there when he's giving us the whole little run around.
I will be listening keenly.
Listen to his press conferences next time. I'm begging you. And it's so easy to identify, but I'm not going to say it. I'm going to wait. I like the fact that he does it. So I'm going to let him keep on saying it without identifying it. And maybe by the World Cup, I might touch on it. But so far, I like knowing that when he says something, especially the way he says certain things, I'm like, okay, yeah, you're capping. You're capping right now. So someone says, LOL, true.
Tim.
the one after the game yesterday was Tim. That's a legendary name right there. Remind me of Timmy Turner. But I think that is me done for the night, Formula.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I just about to say this is probably the longest phone call on your show you ever get.
How long was it? Let me see. How long is the phone call?
1 hour and 14 minutes.
Have I had a longer one than that? I don't know if I've had maybe I have. I don't know. But even if it is the first time, it's the first time for everything. So I don't mind.
Deliberately call you and chat you out of bad mind.
You know what you've done? You know what you've done?
Keep you up.
You know what you've done, Formula? You've done a CC Sports. CC waits until you're just about to close off. CC will sit on and listen to the whole of your live stream, and as soon as he hears say you come out, CC will say, yeah man, just give me 1 minute. Just 1 minute.
To be honest with you though,
he's the best.
To be honest with you though, it's quite a couple of times I try to call into your show.
Really?
But it just never did. I don't know, for some reason, my struggle getting overseas numbers on my WhatsApp. I don't know.
I'm gonna try and figure out a way to like basically make it work, because for most people, if they do like the +44, it just goes through. I get what you're saying though, because sometimes when I get like an American number or a Canadian number, it doesn't work for me. And sometimes I have to basically say to the person, you message me because I can't find you on WhatsApp. So sometimes that does happen. I don't know why that is, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try and see if I can sort that out between today and tomorrow. I'll try and see if I can like sort it out tomorrow.
I don't think there's anything you can do. I just think there's just certain complications that arise with the see, somebody said the plus has to be in it. Okay.
You wasn't putting the plus?
I just put in the number then. I never know
Yeah,
the plus.
formula, you're funny, you know. Formula. I always say write the number just like how it is on the screen with the plus.
That's news to me. I never know that.
So that's why you weren't getting through. You learn a lot every day, definitely.
So wait, where write that? In the WhatsApp thing?
Yeah, just save it like how you would save a normal number.
But when we do that, probably becoming a save it with the plus it.
Yeah, do the Fabio said that's new to me.
May I go try to start that out and see what can go on.
Because as soon as you do the +44 and then do the 79, it should just work. You should be able to find me.
Oh. May I forget implement that new strategy there and see how it works. Anyways, it was good catching up with you, Krista.
You too. Let me know if you want me to like come on to your program at any point. Look at me, I invite myself over to your program. But whenever you need me to come on your show, give me a shout. And I'll jump on.
Yeah, man, no problem. And a time for your guy a bit now here.
Yeah.
What it would be one now? It would be 6:43 in the UK, right?
Formula.
Oh, you're ready for the day, UK. When I think about it, I'll wake up 3 hours later.
I would so I start work at 5:30. Sorry, no, I wake up at 5:30 a.m. UK time. Yeah, and then I start work at 9 a.m.
That means that you got your bed around 4 o'clock then.
I go bed. Yeah, you know what? Since I started my new job, I've been having to go bed early, and sometimes I'm dropping asleep at maybe 1 o'clock and getting minimal hours of sleep. So I need to break out of that bad habit.
I remember hearing you say you get new job, you get promotion.
Why no wicked enough? Me not getting a promotion. Me get new job, rich. Yes, but no.
Rich. You don't know. You see a frequent flyer this now. You see how much time she for the Jamaica. You much time she run come to Jamaica. Rich.
Whoa. Think I own a Lord one drive G-Wagon.
Me know say, you know, working where you were working before was very special to you. It's seemingly from our conversations because you know of the ownership and the emphasis on the type of content that they were doing.
No, I'm still with those guys. Oh. Yeah, remember I said to you that I do my freelancing with them and I also work somewhere else.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's those other guys that I don't even mention them. I'm done with them basically. But no, I still freelance for The Voice. And yeah, I still have free range to pretty much do what I need to do for myself and for them as well, which I'm really grateful for. And yeah, hopefully it stays that way.
I didn't realize you're freelancing with The Voice. I thought you were full time with it.
No, I'm all over football and now other sports as well. But yeah, I've always said I work somewhere else. Again, in football, I just preferred not to mention them, and I don't think I'll ever mention them. And I also do my stuff for the Voice newspaper as well. So yeah, that is how it is. Anything to get the job done, anything that makes sense.
Alright, real rich.
No, never. I'm trying to be like you when I grow up. Never.
Frequent flyer.
No, never, ever, ever, ever.
Fly come to Jamaica anytime.
Never, ever. I'm not me of the G-Wagon, you know. You have the G-Wagon. Not me. Not me.
I wish.
No, not me. Definitely
Anyways,
not.
Crystal, take care.
Yes, thank you for coming on to the live stream. Definitely appreciate your support.
Yeah,
Next
man,
time
no
the girls
problem,
then
as
play at
always.
Kingston, you need to go watch the match and stop finding excuse.
No, Crystal, to be honest with you, I just find out because as I said,
Me no mind, you know, I'm glad say no show up because if you did show up, I wouldn't get Tiffany Cameron jersey. So next time, don't show up because I want more jersey.
It would have been a fight, you know. I'm not gonna lie, it would have been a fight. It would have been a fight, but I'm not gonna lie.
Me no mind, I'm glad say you never show up because I wouldn't stand a chance. So I'm glad say you never show up.
I would eventually become dignified about it and agree to flip a coin.
Dignified. Me no use words of me can't spell in a formula, so I would never be dignified if that's the case. Dignified. If Tiffany Cameron give the jersey and say, do what you wish with it, that jersey gone either on my back or in my handbag. I'm not flipping a coin.
Or into a friend zone.
Or into a into a
Friendship
frame.
as much as I do.
No, I'm not doing that. Why, formula? You have to kick me out of your country because I'm not being dignified. No way.
Oh, God.
No way.
Anyways, Krista, take care.
You too. Good night.
End the stream now, baby.
I'm going to. You know how live streams are. It's difficult to like end live streams, but yeah, I'm gonna end it in a minute.
All right, take care.
All right, take care. Good night. Yes, people. Again, do not forget to go over to Formula Sports and hit the like and subscribe button. Let me go up and see if I can bring up his thing as it is. That's the name of his channel, by the way. So type that into your YouTube search engine. And go ahead and subscribe to his YouTube channel and also hit the like button on his latest video. As you can tell, highly insightful, knowledgeable, I should say, when it comes to the Reggae Girlz there. So you can go ahead and tune into his platform, not just for Reggae Girlz content, but also for Reggae Boys content as well. And he does short videos and live watch along. So you'll be spoiled for choices when you're going through his content, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it as well. Or would you like Jesus, Wayne? After what I just said, I think I'll probably be a hypocrite if I then turned around and say I want to see someone join the team. let me hang on and see what happens in February, Wayne, because right now there's probably one too many chop and change for my liking. But anyways, big up the team, big up the gaffer, Lorne Donaldson. Football is a game of opinions, people. It's never nothing personal. And if you don't want us to sit here and ask questions, then do the right thing. Maybe you feel you're doing the right thing. Maybe we're the one who can't see the art that you're creating. And if so be the case, then obviously we might just owe the gaffer an apology in some months' time. But let's just see. Let's hold our horses and see what happens. Quite a few of you have jumped onto the live stream in and out. Thank you to those of you in the comment section who are always here. I don't know how you do it, whatever time of day You guys are always here with me. Thank you for blessing me with a moment of your time. Again, the channel continues to grow, and that's all down to you guys. Thank you for your continuous support. Good morning to the UK diaspora. If I could say an early good morning to the Jamaican and Caribbean subscribers as well, given that it's what now 9 minutes to 1 a.m. It is still a new day. It's Tuesday today, right? Best of luck to you guys with the rest of the week, edging slowly towards midweek, and then inevitably the weekend will be right upon us. I trust that maybe a few of the Reggae Girls have probably already landed. I know there was departures today, so hopefully they've already landed. If they're in transit, hopefully there's no layovers, because those ones are a killer. But if there are some layovers, I pray that they all make it home safe and sound. And yes, it is Tuesday. Good night to you all. See, some of you are saying good night. Kevin Smith, love the channel. Kevin, massive thank you for your support. All you guys there in the comment section. Shakpay, is that how I pronounce your name? Shakpoy? Sorry if Shakpoy, is that how I pronounced your name? Apologies if I butchered that one. When is the next live stream, may I ask? That's a good question. I'll try and come back on here before the week finishes. I don't want to give you guys a date, because that means I'm putting pressure on myself, and I don't want to not deliver. So as always, I'm going to put up the live stream. I'll give you guys a couple of hours head start. So just hit that notification bell. Go ahead and turn on the notification bell so that you can be notified if and when I'm gearing up to go live. That's the best way to do this. I can't say I'm going to be here tomorrow, because I might not be. And I think I talk a lot tonight. I've said way too much, in my opinion. So I don't want to bore you guys to death and then come back here tomorrow and talk at you. It's just unnecessary. But the headline reads for itself, and it is the Reggae Girlz versus Paraguay match review. Again, massive thank you to Richard Stevens and also Mikey Ballin for what they did with the two live watch-alongs of the Reggae Girlz versus Paraguay friendly. And that was for the November international window. We played against Paraguay in match day 1 in Montego Bay, and we won 1-0. Subsequently went on to losing 2-1 at the office in Kingston, Jamaica on Sunday. Not exactly the result we were wanting, but it is what it is. Maybe next time round, if there is a next time round, some point next year, things hopefully will work in our favor. There is the full-time score there from Sunday's game. Again, that reads 2-1 in favor of Paraguay. And this was for a international friendly, so that simply means there was no points up for grabs, thankfully. And I think that is me done. If I don't see you between now and the rest of the week, I hope you have a fabulous week. If I don't see you over the weekend, I'm not really sure why you guys would make such an awful decision. I hope that you have a great weekend. Until then, have a productive week. Stay safe. I hope that you make it home safe and sound from your travels, be it personal reasons or for work. If you're new to the channel, please do go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also, go ahead and hit the like button as well. See one more comment. Mr. Owen, look more Owen. I haven't seen you around in a bit. Good to see that you're alive, and I trust that you're well, or at least I hope that you're well, just like the rest of the guys in the comment section. A lot of love and support, and it definitely goes right back at you guys. So as I was saying, if you're new to the channel, please do go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, please don't forget to hit the like button. You guys are the ultimate 12 man. Thank you for your continuous support, and you know how it goes. Until next time, take care.
I'm John Barnes, and you're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.